All right, we just spent 6 wonderful days aboard the MSC Seashore, and we're going to give you a tour of the boat right now. We're going to check out all the bars, all the pools, all the hot spots, and our favorite spots aboard the ship. Let's go. So we're starting on deck 5 in the aft of the boat. This is really one of the first public decks. This is the deck that you'll board on your embarkation day. And at the very aft of the ship, the most public aft portion is going to be the Central Park restaurant. Is that what it is?
Are you sure it's aft though?
Yes.
Okay, we are aft.
Yeah.
I see it.
This was our dining room. There are 4 separate dining rooms, and depending on which dining time you get assigned, you may be in a different one, but this was our dining room.
And it's the biggest, so most likely
largest.
where you'll be.
And this is also the one where all the sea day brunches are hosted. So every sea day brunch will be down here aft deck 5. And coming into the main atrium area is where we're going to find first gift services.
It's always a little bit busier on our last sea day. Everybody's trying to finish their accounts and all that stuff.
Then the Seashore bar, the largest bar at the main area. And over to the far side over here is the Future Cruise. I really don't know what's up here.
It's just everybody picking up their photos from the cruise.
Oh, is that it? There's no reason to carry on this way?
I mean, this is the photo gallery. This is the thing that people might be interested in. After, if you stop at any of the little photo ops, they'll take your photo. And then you have the option to buy the packages. If you decide you want to buy one of the wrist bracelets, which I don't know that I would recommend, you come down here and this is where they'll sell those as well as the digital photo packages. MSC Foundation, I think they're all about environmental conservation. There we go. Community support, education, emergency relief. So
we didn't mention this before, but we're gonna hide a duck on every deck on our way up to the Lido.
All right, so we are on deck 6 and we are fully aft. So this is still where the restaurants are. The Central Park that we usually ate at was right below us. And then above that, where we are now, is the Tribeca restaurant. So a smaller restaurant also reserved for the specialty dining. And of course, there's bathrooms on both sides on this floor as well. All right, so there is a bar up here that is mainly just open at nighttime. And then you've got some decent seating areas. See, it looks like the bar will open up at 4 o'clock over here. This is the Shine Bar. Then you've got a great view of the atrium where they do tons of little concerts. They had the white party. They had the Flair bartender contest down here. Currently, they're doing a Jenga competition. Championship, excuse me. So always something happening in this area for sure. I like that it has different levels so that you can kind of get a view of it from above instead of crowding down below. Over here, you've got like the shore excursion desk. So if you need to purchase one of those, sometimes they'll just have maps about the different shopping that's available at the ports and stuff like that. So that's kind of nice. And then another lovely little seating area. All right, we're gonna hide a duck. Let me get him out. And while everybody's super into the Jenga competition,
The deck 6 duck.
I'll give you a preview. We've got
lamb
duck.
Lamb
All right.
duck.
See, I've been here 7 days and I still don't even know this place. I actually found a duck hanging over here. So I'm gonna wait till this lady passes because I'm trying to be subtle, and then I'm gonna put him back where I found mine.
Ooh, like a take a duck, leave a duck program.
Kind of a take a duck, leave a duck. Take a duck on the first day, leave a duck on the last day.
Right on the big old V of the Vinci. Lamb duck. Hi.
So lots of shopping hiding back here, and of course, again, chocolate. Here's your duty-free shop over here. get your essentials, your alcohol, which of course they will take from you until you get off of the boat. But usually they got some sort of sale going on for it. There's your cosmetics. All right, so perfumes and watch sales.
It's not normally this crazy in here, but today is the 30% off sale. They call that MSC
Yeah.
Seashore
Ooh.
something.
Valentino. I wonder if those are real. This is a spot where we usually watch it from above, but every single day they have trivia. And then there's always some sort of music here. Now, I will say...
And the dance lessons were here.
Oh, yeah, the dance lessons were here. Some of them were on the pool deck, but most of them were down here.
Yeah.
I am a little bit disappointed because when we were looking into this boat, there was also, on the videos that we saw, dueling pianos, which was here, which apparently no longer happens. So that's a little bit sad.
Single piano.
Yeah, sad, lonely piano.
More shopping.
More shopping. Shopping, shopping, shopping. Because you didn't spend enough money on the cruise. You want to drop some more dollars. They got plenty of opportunities for you. All right, by special request by Steve-O, let's go look at the Venchi chocolate shop. And if I'm not mistaken, these are all chocolates that are made by them. Venchi, Venchi, Venchi. Maybe not on the boat, but by their company. You can buy a la carte. Ooh, caramel gold.
These are by weight.
$11 for 100 grams. I can't picture that, but I'm sure it's not that bad. Always got the gelato. And then I want to look at the coffee menu. In fact, I think I'm going to go for a coffee.
Okay.
It might be one of these fancy pants ones.
Dude, all of these look delicious.
Ooh. A little MSC cruise ship.
The chocolate
MSC cruise ship.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. It's probably hard to capture. Can you see the white chocolate better?
It looks, the details are actually really good. Saying this is made out of chocolate.
Wow. The prices are super proud. Look at, you want to get a gelato cup. I mean, there are special ones, but they're $10.50. And then $8 for the shakes. If you want to just get a cone with like one scoop, $3.50, all the way up to $6 for 2 scoops.
Wow.
They fancy. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they've had a lot of different flavors at these.
Maybe.
I feel like they weren't all the same.
Okay. You probably need it because it has so much tequila.
That's gross. Way to ruin chocolate.
You don't like it?
No.
It's strong, but I'm not into it. Oh, don't skip on Venchi. Be advised.
Don't. Just pay for it.
It's not included in your drink
It's worth
package.
it.
It's all a la carte, but it is so good. I even fell in love with that margarita by the end. It was just like, yes.
Okay, so we are still on deck 6. We just went through and had our amazing Venchi and chocolate coffees that were to die for. And then we had passed through all the specialty shopping stuff they're doing little sales on. And now we're in the top floor of the Madison Theater.
The bottom floor of the Madison Theater.
Oh, is it the bottom?
top
We
floor,
always go on the top. Okay, so this is the bottom. But if you come through on floor 6 where we are, just be aware, especially if you come late, that you'll be walking in front of like the stage and you're kind of like right on display. If you got to get up and use the restroom in the middle, everybody kind of sees you. So I like entering from 7.
Yeah, 7 is
definitely a lot more subtle.
There we go.
Oh, nice. It's wide open.
So this is where you'll be walking in.
Yes. So you come in
right up
down
against
in
the
front of
stage. Alternatively, coming in from deck 7 is preferred because you get to come in the back.
Especially if, like us, we've bowed out of a few. Maybe it's a little disrespectful, and sorry for the performers who work so hard, but we've bowed out early, and I definitely prefer to be able to make a silent, quick exit out the back.
Was that the end of deck 6?
That is the end of deck 6, so we're heading up.
Deck 7.
Deck 7, let's go. All right, we're on deck 7 at the top of the Madison Theater. Again, this is how we like to enter. Also keep in mind that the shows, you do need to reserve them. We've seen a few people on more than one occasion where they come in and do not reserve it, and then they feel silly, and you got to wait until the last 5 minutes. And so far, the last 5 minutes before the show, it's always been super booked.
But this is where
A little
the
outside view of it.
casino is on deck 7. This is a non-smoking casino, even though it smells a lot like people do smoke in there. No, it's just one level.
Oh, it is?
There just also are slots in the sports bar on 8. And then there's a smoking casino, small little slot
and that's
area
up higher too, somewhere. We'll try to find it
near
on
the
8
sports
as well.
bar.
Okay.
Yeah. It's towards the forward of the ship. There was nothing past Madison. And then we'll pick back up on deck 7 in the atrium.
We are exiting the casino.
And don't forget,
Eating a little bit.
we gotta hide a duck.
We're gonna hide a duck.
There's a low population of viewership right here.
Yep, nailed it.
Draft duck.
All right.
So 7 into the atrium, between the theater, the casino, and then you're back into the atrium, pretty much midship, but towards the aft. So this side is the champagne and wine bar. We actually haven't tried this out yet.
I've not seen it
so we
open
can't
very
speak
often
to it.
either, to be honest.
That's true. I think it's only open in the latest of night, like
even over
probably
here,
after 5 p.m.
This table right here is
we've
always
never
full of
seen that.
ice.
But we've never seen it being manned by a bartender.
Right, never.
Maybe it's for private parties, like if you order several bottles
maybe.
or something, they stuff your bottles in here.
Maybe.
We couldn't say.
It's possible. All right, and then again, always, you know, a few little tuck away spots if you want to sit down and have a quiet moment most of the time. And then, of course, the view of the atrium.
And this is kind of a
2 floors up.
floor for when they're having like some sort of show or performance.
Yeah.
It's a great view of the stage.
The stage is actually up above the bar. If you can see the piano there.
Moving
We got
up.
some more
I think
shopping.
continuing aft.
I know, I did turn around. Yeah,
There's another restaurant over here. There's 3 restaurants stacked on top of each other. 4, right?
4, yeah. Well,
4.
one of them's next to it, so it's not directly on top, but yeah.
Right here is the card activation point. Here's where you can add a credit card to your room.
Or as
you can
we
also
learned,
pay cash, which is what we've been doing.
Yeah, they haven't given us any trouble, but we've actually heard them turn other people away.
That's true, yeah. When we were at the casino the other night, the guy tried to get chips without having the card on file. They said no. They happened to do that for me on the first or second night. We've also been able to order
everything.
Specialty dining, like the cantina.
Right.
Just now when we ordered at Vinci.
Coffee chocolates,
and they haven't said a thing.
Not a thing.
I don't know if that's the norm or if we just like...
I did call down.
I've been slipping in under the radar.
Well, and I called down to the customer service to make sure, because we did get a couple notices saying like make sure to put your card on file. And so I called down there and I said, hey, we've been taking care of it with cash. And she said, let me look at it. And she said that it would be okay as long as we continue to take care of it. And maybe that's because we haven't allowed it to get crazy.
Weird. Yeah,
we get a balance and then we just immediately go and pay for it.
The most I got to was like
fine.
400, but that was in a single day because they charged us, $224, $112 per person gratuities.
And then that was the day that he got the
$200
credit
loan
at the casino, which he is not allowed to do anymore.
Yeah, but it worked out for great.
It worked out great. Yeah, sure. It doesn't always, folks. Okay, let's be responsible.
Ooh,
especially if you have money in the room.
We got a lot more forward to go on here.
Oh yeah. It took us like 4 days to find it.
Yeah, it did.
It's like
Here's the Fifth Avenue restaurant. This is probably the most exclusive restaurant. Right. It's also one of the smallest dining rooms.
Yeah, it's teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny.
So probably reserved for
one. Yeah, Yacht Club or Aria, something like that.
The Yacht Club members get their own specific dining room.
Okay, well.
Which we can't even get up to. It's like on a floor we don't even get access to.
The executive suites. Right. Deck 7 forward, this is sick.
Have you seen it any different colors though?
No, I thought I saw it purple one time, but I must have been mistaken. Because ever since then, it's just been blue and white.
It's so aesthetically pleasing. I love it in the camera. It looks so cool. All right, and then this is also a very cool little...
Yeah, this spot is a must check out.
Little known thing, unless you're coming to the cabaret. And maybe the cabaret is not for everybody. Then the background there will change. Oh my goodness, this ham over here.
coming up to the Cabaret Rouge.
which we have not come enough, I think.
We're coming tonight though, right?
We are definitely coming tonight. I really enjoyed that show. Oh, see, this is another restaurant, I think. So what was the last one? Was the Manhattan?
Mm-hmm. No, it was Fifth Avenue.
Okay, so this is the Manhattan.
Manhattan, okay.
And this is also
This one
just
looks even more
tiny,
exclusive, dude.
yeah,
That's
tiny
shrimpy.
little itty bitty restaurant for those people who pay a little extra.
The Cabaret Rouge.
Mhm.
They do also karaoke in here,
They do.
but there's some singing and dancing shows. We saw one that was really cool, slightly acrobatic.
Yeah.
These performers were just absolutely amazing. Just
Yes.
this guy was tossing the girl around, catching her.
Yes.
She was doing flips. It was pretty
amazing.
sweet.
And I
Here's
feel
the
like the bar service was
The
pretty
only
quick.
bar in the cabaret.
It's true.
And it was pretty quick because
We
they
sat
have
right over
bar
here.
service too, where the waiter will go around
Right.
and take orders throughout the room because it is quite a large room.
We really enjoyed these seats right here up against this bar because you have a great view of the stage. Plus, obviously, the bar is right behind you.
That's the best part.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have heard from a lot of other people though that the opposite side
It's quieter
is quieter because you would have to
Right.
go around this way or around the back.
all the way around.
The
Yeah.
restrooms are towards the back here. You
Mhm.
can't access them from either side. I don't know how I'd feel about that seating over there. I don't know that it
Not
would
for
look
the
down on the
stage.
stage. This
Also
is the most
the
popular
nightclub.
seating for
For the show.
These two little
Right.
like leaflets down here on the second floor.
But this is also where they do the nightclub, the
Right.
18 and over
Pop over
nightclub.
to the other side. It's gonna bust a move.
You were busting move. What do you call it?
So I think this side was the easier side to get a premium seat on.
Yeah, because everybody comes in on that left side over there, and then they take seats immediately inside. But this, you got to kind of walk around.
Or down on the front of the stage.
Yeah.
And it does have this bar seating over here too, but you know, you're just not as centrally located
Yeah.
as close to the bar.
No bar.
itself, so.
It's true.
And the restrooms are back here in the center. All right, so that's gonna complete deck 7. And then we'll have deck 8, which I believe is the last public deck.
Yeah,
Decks
before a bunch
9
of rooms.
through 15, I believe, are just cabins. So we'll go do deck 8, and then we'll go up to the Lido deck and beyond.
Quick note: medical is on 4.
All right, deck 8, far aft.
As apt as you can get.
Aft as you can get. This is one of the cool spots for us because we don't have kids.
Yeah,
And
this is
area
the adults only pool.
is adults only.
Yeah.
Infinity pools right here. Way down below the bridge of size, which we'll be heading up to shortly. You got a Vinci Gelato over here. And then on this side is the bar area for the adults only pool. There's also hot tubs along either side. Right here on the starboard side
And it's the smoking
of the adults only area
deck.
is the smoking area. And this continues down along deck 8. There's ashtrays out here, pretty much all the way up. Stepping back inside, still at the aft is this Uptown Lounge.
I'm not really sure if we have access to this or this is a specialty spot.
No,
Oh,
I'm pretty
it's
sure we
cute.
do. I haven't experienced anything in here, so we don't know what they do in here. But it's a really cool space.
So the infinity bar, infinity pool, that's where we just were. There's doors hiding back here that'll take you in kind of the back way to some of the specialty dinings, which kind of neat. You can get to see. This one is actually the seafood,
Yeah, Ocean K.
Ocean K seafood restaurant. All right, so this is the keto sushi. And they've got these little conveyor belts that go around, and the price of the sushi is based on the color of the bowl that you pick. You eat as much as you want, and then at the end, they'll tally up your price. Or you can get the all-you-can-eat option with the specialty dining.
Yeah. This is really cool.
You can also order a la carte.
Keto Sushi Bar.
Now, the dining we did was 2 options. So we did the teppanyaki, Probably my absolute favorite experience. And then we also did the butcher's cut, which is down here at the end. The one thing we haven't been able to experience yet, because the hours, we always dined early at 5:30 and the bar opens at 5:30. But this bar, the cocktail bar, has actually different drinks than you can get anywhere else on the boat. You may have to pay a couple extra bucks if you've got the drink package, but some of them are definitely, I think, worth a try or a gander.
Yeah.
And then in this very corner is where you find the butcher's cut, which was phenomenal. I did enjoy it.
Definitely worth coming to Butcher's Cut. The steaks were just absolutely phenomenal. So nice.
All right, and then exiting on this side, we're gonna pass through the wine cellar. And they've got some different packages that you can purchase for the wine cellar too, different little experiences. Looks like they got a few of them going on right now.
What was it called? The Blonde Experience?
There was a blonde, a red obsession,
Yeah.
blonde ambition, red obsession, and then something else. So if you're a wino, definitely worth a check. I think pretty much, actually, yeah, all of the specialty dining is on this level. So continuing out, now we have the Hola Tacos and Cantina. We tried that yesterday. It was great. Definitely, I don't think worth a all-you-can-eat option. We were stuffed and we spent $40. It would have been $50 for the all-you-can-eat. We had 3 drinks with the $40 too. That wouldn't have been included. So it was perfect for us for the all-you-can, or not to do the all-you-can-eat, to just do the a la cartes. All right, so we're back to the top of the atrium. This is actually the top. So this is the highest level you can come to. Harder to see any of those shows that they may do downstairs. But if you got the music, the band, or anything like that, it's still a good spot to be. And then if we continue back past the Cantina bar, where, by the way, margaritas were phenomenal. We did have to pay a few extra bucks for those, but they were worth it. And now we get to come to Steven's favorite spot, so we'll let him talk about it. Trade?
The sports bar.
This is his home away from home.
Well, this is the only place on board where I've been able to find an IPA.
Oh yeah, you probably should turn the face
So
right now.
they have Lagunitas here. Tons of sports going, which I love.
Sorry, excuse me.
I'm a huge fan of cricket,
None.
hockey,
So full of it.
football,
No.
and also football.
None
I
of
watch them all the time.
None of them. They also a little different. Have some slot machines in here.
Yes, which I
And
wasn't
then-
sure if I was gonna like, because I thought that's gonna be too much noise and stuff for in the bar, but it
Not too
hasn't
bad.
really bothered me at all.
Nice.
Actually, the TVs and people cheering are more obnoxious than the slot machines themselves.
Sports fanatics.
Yeah.
Can't really go in, but this is the entrance to the Smokers Casino. All right, so here's a little sneak peek of the actual casino. You can kind of see it from this
The
top
casino
level
bar.
here. The casino bar is right below, and then all around it are all of the different games. And then that little stage that we showed you, we're 2 levels up from it, but that's where they do the trivia and different bands and stuff like that right there
Yep.
at Times
So
Square.
coming up on the right is Dee's favorite spot.
Yeah, this is every place, every single bar that you go to on the boat, you can get coffee. But this is the only spot that I found
Yeah, Brooklyn
protein
Cafe.
shakes. So every morning after my workout, I can come in here.
Yep. And it's the main coffee place.
The main coffee place, they'll also put a little spread of pastries over here in this little corner in the morning to kind of lessen the flow of the buffet a little bit.
All right, moving still forward. Just a couple things more here. There's the Aria Spa and also the gym. It's usually so busy, but I bet right now,
Yeah, probably not.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's probably
It's
pretty
not that
chill.
busy. How would you know, bro?
I've heard down the grapevine.
Yeah. This is the spa side.
The Aria Spa.
So if you get access to like the thermal suites, or you want a massage or a haircut or pedicure, manicure, all that good stuff, you'll come to this side. All right, so the gym. Probably actually my favorite gym at sea. They've got a lot of options, lots of functional training stuff. I would say they're a little bit limited on the machines. I feel like Royal and even Carnival have more weighted machines, but these guys have more cables, more medicine balls, all this kind of good stuff. They actually have a Smith machine, which is amazing. Fairly limited cardio, and I will say too that they've actually been out treadmills, like so many of the treadmills have been out through the whole trip. So it's been a little harder to get a treadmill. Definitely keep in mind that this is a European boat. So when you're picking out your dumbbells, this is not in lbs, this is in kilograms. So it's roughly double what you think it's gonna be. I've seen a lot of people get confused and still try to push the weight anyways.
Cool.
I didn't find this out until today, actually. There's some bathrooms around this other side, and in there, there's a sauna. So I was sad that I found it today.
And you have to go through the bathroom to get to it?
Yeah, you go through the bathroom, and then when you get in there, there's a door for either male or female toilets. And then there's another door that looks like it's got a little hanger on it, like it's a changing room or something. I tried to go into the female one, and there was a door within a door. So I opened this door, and then it's just blocked me. So I thought, okay, this must be off limits, and I didn't continue on. Well, today, when I went in there, it was open, and inside of it, lo and behold, a damn sauna. You're going for Cube Duck?
Cube Duck.
I thought he was the finale duck.
He's going out. Nope.
All right.
He's deck 8. 8's my number.
That's true.
I'm pulling a down payment on 8 for later. So now
I'm just gonna follow Steve around and wait till he ducks this duck.
What, come this way a little bit? Because there's people behind you. And then there's this lady, and then there's more people. Ah! All right, that's it. We're all the way forward on deck 8. So now deck 9 through 15 are gonna be all staterooms and cabins. So we're gonna jump up to deck 16.
See you there.
We'll see you up there. Washy washy.
Arriving on deck 16 midship is the Marketplace Buffet and Restaurant. This is a great spot to grab a bite to eat midday. We really enjoyed this buffet. It actually had quite a bit of options and always something different. There are multiple beverage stations throughout the buffet for water, tea, and of course juice.
Polka dot.
Polka dot duck.
Pretty much just hola.
Bar.
You guys are hams.
There was always tons of seating, and look at these great views. Just forward of the Marketplace Buffet is the Jungle Bar Lounge. This is a great bar to grab a drink. It does get kind of humid in here because this is a indoor bar and pool area, but it's a nice spot. It's usually pretty chill and quiet. Also another good spot to get some gelato.
Since the jungle pool is covered, it's a great spot to come to when that weather is not quite participating. The Sky Bar was right next to the Bridge of Sighs, and it had really limited hours and definitely a limited menu.
Are you ready to try the Bridge of Sighs?
Are you ready to try the Bridge of Sighs, Mr. Scaredy
I'm ready. I'm
Pants?
just worried that you're going to be nervous.
Is that what you're worried about?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Wow, dude. Let's enjoy the wake for a sec. Look
I know,
at
isn't that gorgeous?
That is gorgeous.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
They're nice enough to give you these little dots so that it doesn't look like completely clear.
Oh, this feels unnatural, dude. Oh my gosh.
Got a cool view of the glass elevators too.
I'm looking down. Ooh, nice. That is sweet. Sweet, sweet reflection action.
Yeah, I guess.
We're way up.
All right, this is right above the jungle pool. This is the Jungle Lounge on deck 18. There is an area where you can look out and see over the pool. Over here to the side, they had some foosball tables, some pool tables. There was an extra charge for those. Moving on, we had the Teens Club and Youth Club. And right ahead was the Hall of Games, which is MSC's arcade. And it's a pretty good one. I definitely check it out. They had a race simulator. And then another thing that I thought was really cool was this whitewater rafting simulator. We didn't get an opportunity to try those, but let us know in the comments if you've tried any of the simulated games in the arcade. Alright, leaving the arcade, you come to the Long Island Bar, which has another gelato opportunity, as well as full service bar poolside. The Long Island pool deck can get pretty poppin', as well as the pool. This deck also features 2 hot tubs, as well as a movie screen where different shows will be played. Also, this is where a lot of the deck parties are held, sail-away party, and on our sailing, a snow party.
And heads up, this is the only towel return.
Next up on deck 18, Pirates Cove. This is the splash pad extraordinaire. This is also the location where you will sign a waiver to ride the water slides, which we had an absolute blast trying out. Alright, moving up to deck 19, there is Adventure Trail. This is kind of fun. It's like a little quasi ropes course. It is kind of kiddie-ish, but you can make it fun if you want to.
Now take a look at the view right here next to the Horizon Bar. The views definitely get us coming back for these cruises, but keep in mind on these high decks you can deal with a lot of wind.
All right, we're like at the highest point that we have access to. If you get, there's the Solarium 19 or something like that on the 19th floor. And I think there's even a 20th floor, but that's all exclusive stuff. We're not in that club yet. So we are right near the sports court and the pool is down below us. But we'll show you the sports court, which is pretty small if you compare it to like Carnival and Royal, I think.
Yep.
Show them there's this cute little basketball court over here.
I'll take a peek. And then right behind that, you have the splash zone for the kids. But above, on this similar deck, it's kind of like a little quasi ropes course. We did this earlier in our cruise. It was pretty fun.
And that's going to put a wrap on our first official ship tour for you guys. Please try to be kind in the comments. We always have so much fun making these videos for you, and we hope to see you on the next cruise.
We're going right here, right by the boat.